Hey everyone, it's Andrew Olson, aka Barney Builder, and today I wanted to just jump on and do a little impromptu video. As many of you know, the trailer for I Love You, You Hate Me came out earlier this week, and we've seen a lot of mixed reactions about it. Media has kind of run in one direction. Us Barney fans were mixed on both sides of the spectrum, and then there's everyone else that is kind of in between. So I just wanted to clear some things up that maybe misconceptions of what you've been hearing on the news, reading in articles, and kind of reassure all of you that everything is going to be okay with this. Let me preface this by saying I have not seen the docuseries yet. I'm in it, but I get to watch it alongside all of you. A lot of you have messaged me after seeing me in the trailer and asked me how I got involved. Well, that's a story for another day. Today, I really wanted to talk about some elements that we saw in the trailer, and some concerns that a lot of you Barney fans I know have. Let me start off by saying that this is probably not the series that you were expecting, and that's okay. This may be a series that's too hard for you to watch, and that's okay. It's definitely not the series that I was expecting when I initially was brought onto the project about a year and a half ago. We all grew up hearing playground taunts about Barney, hearing the song I Hate You, You Hate Me, and for the majority of us, we've gone through life hiding our emotions about Barney as to not be a target for bullies. It's not to be a target to be picked on. And, quite frankly, I never gave into that peer pressure growing up. I always knew who I was, what I liked. I didn't give in to, playground bullies. I was bigger than most of them, and so most of them didn't even mess with me. I've shown my pride for Barney my entire life, and I think that's partially what attracted the producers initially to bring me into the project. I remember even, in 8th grade, I brought my entire Backyard Gang VHS collection to class and did a school report on Barney. In college, I wrote a college paper for one of my business classes on Barney and Cheryl Leach. I really don't care what people think about me. This is something that I love, and they have no business telling me that, it's wrong. I think many of us were expecting a series revolving around Barney's history, per se. How he was created, how he grew into this cultural phenomenon, and where he is today. A series that mainly focused on love and inclusion. Obviously, that's not the case, just by even looking at the title of the series. Think of this as more of a cultural docu-series, focusing on the human need to hate. Barney was chosen as a vehicle to deliver this message, as he was one of the most beloved children's television characters of the 90s, but also one of the most hated. Many of us have buried our emotions about dealing with bullies, and others have really suppressed their love for Barney as to not make themselves a target. A lot of us have shielded ourselves from this Barney hate intentionally. The thing is, it's healthy to talk about both the good and the bad. A lot of us fans, we focus on the good, and as we should. But we shouldn't be oblivious that there was this hate cult following for Barney back in the 90s, and even today. I've worked with Tommy and Trent for the good part of a year and a half, and let me tell you, this series is not being made by Barney haters. Tommy and Trent love Barney the same way all of us do. They've come to love the character over the years and throughout doing this docu-series. Their intent is not to defame, demote, discredit, or, expose some sort of dark side to Barney, because there is no dark side to Barney to expose. The dark side that so many are referring to is really the hearts of those that were bashing upon him. Barney was, is, and if he's to continue into the future, needs to be all about love, inclusion, and acceptance. So the fact that so many media publications are focusing on, they're exposing this dark side to Barney, there's nothing to expose. In no official Peacock press release does it ever say we're talking about a dark side. This is not Barney sex, drug, and violence at all. A lot of media publications are taking things out of context. They're taking rumors that were going on, and they're focusing and saying, this is how things were happening, which is not the case. So all these media publications you're seeing really have created a story for themselves. And that's what the media loves to do. And you should not believe everything you read. When it comes out, watch it and judge for yourself. It may be hard for some of you to watch. Watch it with a friend. You don't have to watch it at all. You don't have to like it, even if you do watch it. I haven't seen it. I don't know if I'm going to like it, even though I'm in it. A pressing question that a lot of people have been asking me, and that I've seen all across the net since the trailer releases, will this bring back Barney? You never know. The world's a crazy place. I don't know that it'll necessarily create some sort of, resurgence for Barney, but it's definitely, so far, putting Barney back at the forefront of people's minds, putting him in their news feeds. People are seeing Barney maybe for the first time in over 20 years. For the first time, Barney was the #1 thing trending on Twitter. I don't think that's ever happened before. And people are remembering the emotions they felt as children as a result of Barney. I've read through comments. I've read through people's thoughts on the docuseries already. And a lot of people are, defending him. These could have been people that were out destroying him on the playground back in the day. And now they're saying, Barney's all about love. Why would anyone hate that? And that's what I ask myself is, why would anyone hate Barney? And that's the question that I feel is going to be answered in this docuseries. The people that hate Barney hate love. They're just broken. They're broken individuals. People are remembering their purple friend, the being that led them through their childhood, that set the foundation for many of their lives. They may have left Barney years ago, but remember the line in the Barney theme song, Barney comes to play with us whenever we may need him. People need Barney, and they may not realize it yet. The world needs Barney. He stood for love, acceptance, and inclusion of everyone. And that's a message that is slowly getting lost and forgotten in today's world. So as this docuseries comes out, set your expectations to a realistic level. You're probably not going to learn anything new that's not already out there. You'll definitely see some sweet archival footage for the first time. You'll get to hear incredible interviews from the likes of, Bob West, David Joyner, Steve White, Sloan Coleman. There's so many people that you're going to see in this series. For years, there was almost a mysterious aspect to Barney. By design, Barney was Barney. Barney was real. Barney wasn't David and Bob or Carrie and Dean. Barney was Barney. And so a lot of these people are now being able to step in front of the spotlight for the first time and tell their stories, which I think is incredible. And I am really excited about. If nothing else, I'm excited to hear these people for the first time. The people that built our childhood. So to conclude, watch this with an open mind. Don't believe everything you see online. That trailer was very dramatic for a reason. And that's really to pick up momentum for the docuseries. I don't know how dramatic the actual thing will be, but watch it with an open mind, realistic expectations. If you need a friend to watch it with, find a friend to watch it with. Some things may be difficult to watch in there. Something's made to be difficult to hear. Remember, this is a TV 14 rated series. Know that for every good, there's an evil. And the day of reckoning for those that destroyed our dear purple friend is among us. Friends are forever whenever they're make-believe. We'll talk to you next time.